Hi, Derek here. In the last couple of videos, we've been focusing on goal setting and breaking down a 5-year game plan down into a 1-year game plan. And now we're going to look at the shorter term goal setting and just sort of managing your time and activities. So what I want to do is just do a quick recap of what we've done on the 5-year and 1-year side of things. So we've covered off on this in earlier videos. If you want all the detail around our game plan course, you can go to usasportsscholarship.com and click on the athlete button on our website. Okay, so what we did earlier was we looked at our big picture goals over 5 years, because that's pretty much a manageable time frame that most people can envisage and work within. Okay, 10-20 years starts to get a little bit abstract for most people. So we then just went through, showed you how to just set milestones for each year, the things that you need to achieve along the way to get to your 5-year goal. For both personal, academic, sports, we focused on finance in the earlier video, but you can put whatever you want in there. Then the next step was to go, okay, so we've got our 5-year milestones. Over the next 12 months, what are the key goals that you need to focus on in the next 12 months? And what are the milestones or activities or goals that you need to set each quarter? So, for a yearly goal, it might be, quarter one might be for sports pre-season. Then you get into your season proper and you might have representative trials or tournaments or qualifying events or anything like that here, for example, and then you'd be focusing maybe on finals times and grand finals and goals around that, maybe state or national representation somewhere through here. So you'd put those key events in here and then start to break down each quarter of, so what are the major key events in that quarter, and then what do you need to do month by month, week by week to get you achieving those goals. Okay, so once we did that, we then go through and break down in more detail using our game plan worksheets. So we have a game plan worksheet for each time frame. I'm not going to go into detail on this. We cover that off in the game plan course separately, but it's relatively straightforward, but a very powerful tool to sit down and just analyze exactly what you're doing in each time frame and the key things, the important things that you need to get done. Okay, so once we've broken down our quarterly game plan and then we've worked out what we need to do each month, you want to use an electronic diary to start doing your planning. Now, if you want to plan month to month, basically what you can do is just grab a monthly diary and simply print it out. If you like to work with pen and paper to start with, just to map all things out, then you can just say print a monthly calendar and then just start drawing all over it. Then you want to come back and add things into your electronic diary. That way you can track everything across devices. So you've got one central point where you're keeping track of all of your time and your commitments and what you're prioritizing over what time frames. Okay, and that way you can pick up your phone or your iPad or your laptop or whatever and see exactly what's going on. So in this example, I'm going to show you Google Maps. I'm not going to do a deep dive, Google Calendars, sorry. I'm not going to do a deep dive into Google Calendars. You can jump on YouTube and search how to use calendars. It doesn't matter which calendar you're using. If you're using Outlook or you're using Apple calendars, most of the calendars all work the same. So it's just a matter of working out what calendar are you using, Outlook, Apple, Google, whatever, and they'll function fairly similarly. So here you can see that I've put a training session in here. If I wanted to add, say, another training session, I simply click here, brings up a data entry form. I just put in training. I can set a reminder. I can turn it into a task. It's an event. Okay, so when you're doing your coach follow-up and that sort of thing, which we've already talked about, again, using calendars is a great way for you to track and manage some of the follow-up processes. So we've got more options. If this is a training session that's happening every week, I can come in here and just go weekly on Thursday, and it'll just automatically put it into the calendar. Or I can come in here and customize it, okay, and repeats once a week, and then I can put a, it might happen after 26 occurrences, because, basically you're playing for half the year, for example. And what that does is just automatically puts it into your calendar, and you're done. Okay, so now we're starting to get a big picture view over the month of all the major commitments that you've got going on, and then we can simply click down and drill down into a specific week. And again, you can block out time. So if you're doing personal training, if you're doing private sessions, if you're doing running, you've obviously got your schoolwork, other social activities. So you can start to see where you're spending your time, what you're prioritizing, and what's coming up. So what do you need to, every Sunday night you should be looking at your calendar, reviewing what's going on for the next week, and then starting to look at your priorities. And then once you get down into each day, then it's a matter of just setting the intention for what you want to get out of everything that you're focusing on during that day. So, when you're transitioning to classrooms, you need to reset your intentions for that next class. What is it you want to get out of there? When you're transitioning from school to maybe coming home and chilling out and having a snack prior to training, but on your way to training or just before you start training, you need to set your intentions for that training session. And what do you want to get out of that training session? What do you want to focus on in that training session? So I hope that helps you with your short-term goal setting. Again, just to recap, it's just about creating your goals, your milestones over the different time frames, and then starting to dig into the detail of each time frame and the actions and activities and things you need to do, and then putting them into a calendar so that you can get a real feel for exactly what you've got going on week to week, month to month, because it's the little things that you do every day build into your habits, which influence your game plan, which basically helps you achieve your goals. So yeah, hope you found that useful. If you want more detail on goal setting and all the resources that we provide, then it's just a matter of going to usasportscholarship.com and clicking on the athlete link on the website, and then you can get access to all the resources in the 30-day game plan. So good luck with your planning, and if you have any questions or tips or ideas or things that you want us to focus on in future videos, just pop a comment in the comments below.